but if the shoe fits. So what is your question? And if
Hello.
you could... What?
Hello, Misha.
Hello. Could you, and when you ask your question, ask it as Mark Shepard would do it.
I have to go really deep.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
Go for it, you can do it, I know you can. It's in there somewhere.
Hi, Dave.
So good.
Squirrel. Or something.
Yes, squirrel, that was good. Yes, yes. Okay, all right, you can resume as yourself now.
Okay, so first of all, my fellow Greek supernatural fans send their love.
Thank you. Where in Greece are you from?
Near Athens, but it's like, it's a small town. You wouldn't know.
Okay, you don't know. Maybe I have encyclopedic knowledge of Grecian geology, geography. So stupid.
And so we barely seen Castiel this season, and I feel like his emotional trauma is being left unattended so many times. And I was wondering, will his depression be addressed, and in what way would you like for him to see him heal? By being more involved with Dean and Sam, or in hunting, or going back to heaven?
Well, if somebody is going through an emotionally traumatizing time in their life, the last thing they need to do is go hang out with Sam and Dean more. So your prescription for his mental health is not a great one. You're probably not a psychologist, am I guessing?
No.
Yeah, it shows. Cass definitely needs some time away from dealing with things like the darkness and the apocalypse and stuff like that, because it's extremely stressful. Yeah, the apocalypse really causes a lot of anxiety and depression.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I think that Cass probably needs, for his emotional healing to take place, he probably needs what he isn't gonna get, which is a vacation. Yeah. Yeah. They don't do a lot of vacations in Supernatural.
They don't.
Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I don't either. We should do a whole sort of vacation season. What if that's season 12? It's like, it's all shot in Hawaii, in the Bahamas.
But they should show him more love and tell him that he's important.
That would be great, while giving him a massage maybe, right? You're important, we love you, you're important, Cass. More oil? Is that too much pressure? Is that okay for you? It's fine, Sam. Just...
Thank you.
And then everybody would be like, you're queer-baiting the fans. And we'd be like, no, it was just a simple massage scene for his emotional health. I can't believe you would read that into it. I'm gonna get you for that. Yeah. Damn it. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. So you've been acting out Cass for years, and this year you've mostly been acting as Lucifer. So I was wondering if there were any challenges in...
My mother used to say that to me when I was a kid, too. You know, this year you've been acting like Lucifer. Sorry, carry on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Were there any challenges in acting a completely different character after these years?
The only difficulty for me was that I had forgotten how to act. It was kind of interesting to experience. So, you know, I wasn't born an actor. I started acting when I was much older, really. I started acting, like, kind of taking it seriously when I was in my mid to late 20s. And And when I started playing, so I never thought that I was going to, I don't know why I told you that history. There may have been originally some sort of narrative reasoning for that, but I've forgotten. So I always was, doing an audition for one role one day, and then doing an audition for another role the next day, and the characters were always radically different, or guest star roles, or roles in little movies. The characters were always very different from each other, so I was always trying something new. And then I got the role of Castiel, and I thought that was just another one of those things. And then it went on for 35 years, and so I stopped. That's pretty much all I've been doing, for the better part of the last decade. And I've stopped playing other roles, more or less. And so playing something new was like, I don't even know if I can do this. It was a little bit scary, but it was a lot of fun to see, to get to explore a different character. Yeah. Part of the funny thing for me is, I don't know what it is, but when I put on the trench coat, it's like the way it hangs, I immediately adopt the sort of cast. I become Castiel when I put on the trench coat, and it's just sort of sense memory for me. And so wearing the trench coat and not being Castiel was actually a little bit of a challenge, because my body wanted to be like. So yeah, but it was fun. I went over to Mark Pellegrino's house. Yeah, oh yeah. He was like, "Hey, Misha, what are you doing in my house? Get out." The heat was off at my place. I just felt cold. Can we snuggle? I said. He helped me it was actually the morning of my first day of shooting the Lucifer character, and I went over to his place and I was like, "Hey, I know this is kind of cheating, but can you just show me what you would do?" And so we talked about the character a little bit. He gave me some pointers. They were very helpful. And then I watched him a lot. I watched recent episodes that he had been in a lot and tried to get the character that way. But it was fun for me.
It was fun for us too, and I think you did an amazing and fascinating job. So.
Thank you very much.
First thing up, I wanted to congratulate you on your interpretation of Lucifer, because that was the best performance I've seen during the whole show.
Thank you. That's very charitable of you. Have you tweeted that to Mark Pellegrino yet?
No.
In a spare minute? Sorry, Mark. Sorry. I totally forgot that Mark is watching this on the security. He's on the security circuit. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Yours is really the best. Hi. Do you have more to say, or was that it?
No, there's more. I wanted to ask, Cass has gone through so many transformations during the seasons. He's being human, Leviathan, God, Castiel, and Lucifer, yourself.
Yeah.
Is there any other change you wish to see, both physical or emotional, in the next seasons?
Well, I think that physically I would like Castiel to stay fairly similar so that I, as an actor, can continue to collect a paycheck. That was a real fear, When I got on Supernatural in the very beginning, one of the things that they were doing a lot at that point was recasting characters. So they had a formula that really worked extremely well, which was, we can create a supernatural character, like Meg, for instance, or Ruby. We can create these characters, but they can be inhabited by different actors. So we don't have to worry about, if an actor is not available because they're working on something else, doesn't matter, we'll just have another actor play the role. And so when I started, I was really nervous that they were just gonna cast somebody else to play Castiel, who would do a better job.
I don't think so.
But anyway, that hasn't, I guess it did actually happen briefly, but it was in an episode that I was in, when when Claire, young Claire, was Castiel. Is that the only time that Castiel's been there? Does anybody here watch the show? And I sort of don't remember what we're talking about. What was your question?
Any emotional change you wish to see?
I think it might be kind of interesting to see Cass have to take the reins and like really fix a problem, you know, for everybody else. Because one of the things that has been happening for Castiel, and I think that it's because of how the narrative unfolds on Supernatural, is that he is often, almost always, suffering from some disability or another. So somehow his powers are diminished, or he is incapacitated in some way most of the time. And that's because the character could be so powerful that he could just solve all the boys' problems for them, and the writers don't want that to happen. But I think that it could be nice to have a little arc where Cass had to sort of handle taking care of, you know, fixing things for the boys for a while. That might be fun to play with, sort of giving him his full power back for a little while when he's not possessed by Leviathans or Lucifer or crazy or some other problem like that. So,
Okay.
all right.
Hi, Misha.
Hi, how are you?
Nervous. First of all, I want to tell you thank you for being here.